Welcome to our series, Moving America Forward. Each week we'll be focusing on America's entrepreneurs as they take us to new roads, new opportunities, new ways to fill the gaps left by today's failing companies. Our series will be looking at that and a lot more. So come with me and watch as the entrepreneurs of our nation move into the future.
And I'm Doug Llewellyn here in our studios in Los Angeles with our guests today who are here from a company known as Wealth Guardian Group. It's a company headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. I'd like you to meet our guests. On my left, Jared Daniel, who's the founder and president of the firm. He is a certified financial planner. And Elisa Daniel, who is the head of a nonprofit foundation that this company has formed. And we'll get into that in a little bit later. First off, welcome, folks. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, Jared, a little while ago, you had the unique opportunity to answer a couple of questions from William Shatner. Let's take a look at a brief portion of that right now and see how it went. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, let's watch.
I know that being successful in business today is not easy. Why don't you briefly describe what you do and what sets you apart from others in your field? And do you feel your business is helping to move America forward?
What we do, Mr. Shatner, is help people achieve their financial goals. And what separates us is our high level of expertise, bringing all pieces of the puzzle together under one roof. And in addition, we're passionate about giving back, helping those less fortunate find financial stability through our nonprofit organization. And that, Mr. Shatner, is how we're helping to move America forward.
Well, that was very interesting indeed. We'll get to the subject of giving back because I know that's very important to the both of you. But let's begin by exploring your role as a certified financial planner. Explain to me really what a CFP is. What do you do?
Well, a financial planner is somebody who meets with individuals and helps them really plan out their future, specifically their retirement. We help people make sure that they have income that will last them the rest of their life, and a lot of times allow them to leave their wealth behind to their family members.
So when it comes to finances, you really deal with all pieces of the puzzle, don't you? All aspects of the picture.
We really do. Everywhere from investments, growing your money, but also protecting your money, helping people get out of debt, help people save their money so that they do have enough money to live on after those income paychecks have stopped.
So in essence, financial planning, I mean, it's a simple term, but it's really complex. There's a lot to that. Explain to me what goes into that.
Well, with financial planning, there's so much that goes into it, and people don't really realize it because they are thinking, oh, well, I'll save for the rainy day kind of thing, which in essence is retirement. But what's going to happen is that there are so many things that happen between point A and point B. We have to make sure that you're protected on the bad days. We need to make sure that the things that you never thought would happen are protected against. We have to make sure that you're able to have money that will last throughout your entire lifetime. One of the big things that we take a look at is your Social Security. A lot of people don't understand this, but there are a lot of different pieces to Social Security, different strategies that they can employ, but they don't use them because they don't know about it.
You know, you're right. Most people just think when the time comes, be it age 62 or 65 or later, all they have to do is sign a paper, sign up for it, and the money starts flowing. There's a lot more to it than that.
There is. I mean, you can do that, but there's a lot more money to be had if you do it correctly, if you understand that there's strategies that you can use. I mean, most people don't know this. There's over 81 different ways to file for Social Security, and every single one of those filing strategies will end up with a different result, a different paycheck that you'll get for the rest of your life. And once you select it, you can't change it.
So let me just ask you in general, if you can qualify for Social Security at the age of 62, a lot of people do get it at that point.
They do.
But I gather it's really not smart if you can help it.
It's not. You know, every circumstance is different, and that's important to understand. And that's one of the things that we do. We analyze your circumstance to decide when is the best time to turn on Social Security? What will get you the most over your lifetime? Not just today, but how much can we get over your lifetime, the rest of your life? And so we analyze when you should take that, and that's based off of your finances, your situation, circumstances, your health, your family health. We take all that data and we analyze it for you. And we'll tell you, you need to take Social Security when you're 68 and 7 months, and that is the month that you're going to get the most for the rest of your life. And what we find is typically we find up to $200,000 of lifetime benefits from Social Security. This is money that you've earned, that you paid into the system for.
Right.
But if you chose 62, you're not going to get that money.
You're never going to get it. You mentioned something when we were chatting before that really amazed me, that if a married couple, and let's say they've been getting Social Security for a couple of years, they may be, you know, in their late 60s, early 70s. If the husband dies and he's the one who's getting the majority payment or payout from Social Security, the wife, who might be getting a very small amount, can actually pick up her husband's Social Security.
That's right. We call it the survivor benefit. And what most people don't understand is that you can actually take the larger of the two. And so what's very common is that we have the husband, who is generally the breadwinner. He worked throughout his life.
Right.
And so he has a lot more, his PIA, or his primary insurance amount, which is what bases their benefit, is larger. And so a lot of times he'll get the larger, the $1,800, the $2,000, the $2,500 monthly payment, whereas the wife, maybe she did a job after the kids moved out of the house, and so her benefit payment is only $900. Well, when he passes away, she actually gets to step into his payment. So she gives up her $900, and now she gets $2,500 a month. And that's for the remainder of her life. And a lot of people don't understand that. And if they don't do anything about it, they'll continue with that $900 monthly payment when, in fact, they could have been getting all this extra Social Security.
That's a huge point. A huge point. Who is the typical client that when they come to you for service, for help? How old are they?
You know, generally people anywhere between 55 to 70 are the kind of people who come to visit us. They generally already have, you know, quite a bit of assets, and they want to know how can they make this work more efficiently. And a lot of times they come to us either by referral or they learn about us because our firm is very different than your typical financial planner, because we not only deal with the management of their investments and deal with the planning, but we also incorporate tax planning in there. And I'm not just talking about doing their tax preparation, although we do that. We actually will help them reduce their tax liability using financial strategies and other things. And then we also incorporate their estate plan. And so we actually will help them prepare the legal documents like a trust and powers of attorney, their wills, living wills, all those documents that they need for a very reasonable fee.
I mean, this is really a full package of services that you offer. Estate planning itself is very complex and very critical. Obviously, you have to get to know your clients very well. You really have to get to know everything about them, at least from a financial aspect.
We do, and that's one of the services that we offer that is so different, because generally people, we like to call it silo planning, but they'll have an attorney who maybe did their estate planning, and they'll have a financial planner who helped them with some investments. Maybe they have an insurance agent who sold them an annuity or some life insurance policies, and then they have a CPA or an enrolled agent or some other person who prepares their taxes. Right. Now, all of these different aspects actually interlink. They impact your financial plan. And so you have all these different professionals, but they're not talking to each other. And so your financial plan, in essence, is broken because it doesn't work efficiently together. So what our firm does is we take over all of that so that we technically are talking with each other and they are working in harmony. You have one financial plan that covers all of those aspects.
And as you pointed out to me before, you provide services that normally, typically they would have an attorney do, that in reality you help save them thousands of dollars that they would have been paying to an attorney that they don't have to pay because you're doing it.
That's right. And what we find most of the time is that by us taking care of everything for them, not only do they have a financial plan that works in harmony with each other, but they actually end up saving quite a bit of money because we're doing everything for them. We also are saving them money because we can help them save in taxes. We can help them make sure their trusts are funded correctly and things like that. Whereas most attorneys will set up the trust, they'll help you get everything set up, but it's your responsibility to fund it or fund future things. So when you open up a new investment account, if you don't fund it correctly, that trust is just a piece of paper.
Well, these are all very good points. It's never too late, really, to come talk to somebody like you.
It isn't. It isn't.
I mean, even if you're about to retire, it's still worth talking to, especially if you're thinking about Social Security. Especially
if you're about to retire. That's one of the most important, because retirement is completely different than work life.
Yeah.
Okay? And one of the things that we always tell people is that when you're paying taxes, you have to make a lot more money than you would have when you're working to cover the taxes that you're paying.
Yeah.
I mean, your tax impact when you're in retirement is huge. And so everything that we can do to lower that tax burden is more money in your pocket to live off down the road.
That's certainly information well worth considering. I want to get to you, Elisa, about the tax-free, not tax-free, but the nonprofit foundation that you have formed, because you guys like to give back. Tell me about it. What's it called?
It's called the Wealth Guardian Hope Foundation.
And what's its purpose? Who's it intended
Well,
for?
first of all, let me tell you about why we decided to build it anyway. He constantly has clients that will come in and they've waited their entire lives, and now that they're just getting to the end, you know, of their work life, they find they don't have the income anymore. They find that the retirement dream is not really going to be a reality because they didn't do any planning.
Right.
And so he would come home and he would tell me about these people that had come in, and at that point there was just nothing that he could do for them. They wouldn't be able to afford financial planning at that point anyway. And so what we do as a nonprofit organization, we actually give the education. We hold workshops, and we give financial education to anybody that wants it. So these workshops are often held in libraries, and so it's open to the public for anybody that wants to come in and learn about ideas and concepts like Social Security. We also have a lot of budgeting, couponing, a lot of different financial concepts and ideas that would really help people along any path, whether they are very low income or even if they're high income, or if they're at the very, very beginning of a marriage and starting work life, or if they've already, you know, if they've already retired.
Well, it's information that certainly is important to learn at any point in their life. The earlier the better, obviously,
right.
But it's a real credit to you that you're willing to do that, to give back to the people in your community, and I know you do that. Well, again, these folks are from the Wealth Guardian Group. They're headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. Listen, this has been terrific chatting with you. You obviously provide a very valuable service for everybody. We appreciate you taking the time to come. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation that it is today. And now let's present the Keeping America Strong Award.
Now it's my honor to present this very prestigious award to Jared Daniel, who is the founder and the president of Wealth Guardian Group in Phoenix, Arizona, for the outstanding work that his group is doing to help keep America moving forward. Jared, congratulations.
Thank you.
And before we leave, I want to remind everybody that your foundation, the Wealth Guardian Hope Foundation, is a public charity that depends on public donations to help it function. And so if you'd like to donate to a charity that really is very worthwhile, be sure to contact their website, look at their website, or contact their offices in order to contribute. Thank you so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.